Greetings and welcome to Sunlight Refuge, where the name of the game is motivation, inspiration, and growth. Hi everyone, my name is Tracey, and if you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So today I titled this video Healing Conversations, right? Because that's what today is all about. Healing conversations, right? We see what's going on in social media. We, are listening to the stories. Everyone's having their opinions and things of that nature. So this is just my intake on survivors of abuse, right? And I wanted to start this message off by saying, if you are a survivor of abuse, and you're on your healing journey and you're doing the work to continue moving forward and giving the best that you've got and overcoming something so detrimental at the time, right? You deserve to feel empowered. You deserve to feel loved. You deserve to feel good about yourself and moving forward. So within that, I've been doing like a lot of reading and listening and reflecting, and it's like when I look at like the statistic of abuse survivors, right? Like on a global scale, it's like what, 1 in every 3 women will go through some form of abuse from an intimate partner and or non-intimate partners, right? And that got me thinking, like, what's all like contributing to like all this negative, abusive behaviors like in the world that will cause people to harm someone in the most evilest, ways, So we're gonna dive into what I've compiled, because it's big, right? It's a lot of different forms. It's a lot of factors. But the biggest things about it is that the long-term effects that stems from it, right? Because you got your impact of emotions. You're emotionally impacted. You can form different types of diseases like heart disease, things of that nature. And another one big is what? Depression, anxiety, even PTSD. And then it also leads into the way you live out your life. You may start to dive into substance abuse or living life promiscuously, and you know what I'm saying? It's different factors that goes into how we carrying out life, right? Because it's not a one size fit all, and everybody's not on the same level, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like I try not to judge because I don't know. I'm not them, they're not me. How I handle one thing is not how someone else will handle it, and vice versa. The way that someone else will handle it is not the way that I would. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that we're all trying to do our best to get through life, you know. Um, so just within all of the reading and stuff that I was doing, it kind of brought me into what does that mean for black women in particular, right? When it comes to abuse. And I want to get the statistics right. And it is so 1 in every 4 will experience IPV, right? Intimate partner violence. And 45% is 1 in 4 will experience, and 45% have experienced. And so when we go into that, it's like black women have higher rates of being violated and abused, because you also have to factor in racial profiling as well as gender-based discrimination. So in addition to just your partner or even a non-partner for being a woman, inferior to the man or whatever you want to say it, then you have systematic racism, economics, inequality, big barriers accessing, support. They talk about like women's shelters. Like, I've never personally been to a women's shelter, so I'm not sure if they're really good or if they're really bad. Of course, everything that I've heard about is like you can go into these facilities and just get a negative experience and be re-victimized all over again. So I don't know, but I'm hoping that there are places where people can go that can really receive the help that they need to, try to get their life on track and try to get, their lives back after they've been through these traumatic, experiences. And so when they talk about like the criminal and justice departments, that they're usually unsuccessful because it becomes he said, she said. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you prove that your intimate partner, violated you? You know what I'm saying? It's like nowadays they want you to, tape the whole thing, have it on recording, then you got to go through legal stuff about is the recording legal, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just too much. It's too much. And it can be challenging. It can be really challenging when you're trying to look for help, right? And so when we talk about that, we are having to equip ourselves with learning the signs, like, of an abuser, right? You have to like get to know how to locate or how to see the patterns of an abuser, right? In protecting yourself. So what does that look like? The main thing that stems out with an abuser comes from the want for control. Like they want to control you. They want to control what you do, who you see, what you eat, where, you know what I'm saying? It's like they want to run your life for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's really weird because it goes like it just goes down a rabbit hole, right? And so when you start looking for people and they start showing these signs, okay, so what are these signs are? Like I said, control, manipulation. They can, try to isolate you using isolation tactics. You ever been around somebody and they don't want you, you've been a vibrant little thing, and then you get with them and now all they want to be, they only want you around them. Like you see that in buku movies, you know what I'm saying? It's like you get mad when the person's talking to their friends or they about to go out without you, and you know what I'm saying? It would just be like a little weird stuff, but you in love and you think they so wonderful and they probably love bombed you, and you know what I'm saying? It's like so then that's another thing too, is like when there's like an excessive jealousy factor, when like they're just like anything that doesn't have to do with them or anything that they can control or anything that will threaten their control, you know what I'm saying? They get jealous, they get angry, they get mad, they get, you know what I'm saying? They get start getting all weird and stuff. Like these are signs. Like nobody should be getting mad because you gonna go hang out with your friends. Like what's that all about? You know what I'm saying? And they should have friends too. They should have friends too. You know what I mean? Like you can't be their whole world, and you got to be careful, with that too. When they just like they don't have nothing else going on but you in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a little sus, as the children say, right? Because then they want to move quickly into relationships. First, they want to love bomb you, make you feel like you're the best thing that they ever had, and then next thing you know, y'all like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, y'all like intertwined, and you don't really know this person. You just know, oh, I like the way, but it's little things. Like you got to listen, and look at these little things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna turn into big things. Next thing you know, now it's like, they're talking to you rudely. You know what I'm saying? Like they starting to change the way that they handle you, and you know what I mean? And okay, I feel like these are little tests, right? So first, okay, so I did this, all right, I got away with that, because a lot of it is like getting away with it. That's the hardest thing, I believe. It's like when abusers get away with it, it's like, oh, okay. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like a criminal. Like if a criminal, they're not called criminals because they just did it one time and just stopped. Like they did it one time, they got away with it. I was like, ooh. And then they did it again and they got away with it. It's like, ooh. And then it just keeps going. But it's like, it's this negative pattern. You know what I'm saying? It's a negative way of living. So you have to like look at these signs of an abuser. You know what I'm saying? And another big one is that they lack accountability. Anything that goes on where you try to bring it to their attention, it's like, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Try to gaslight you and all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like when they don't take accountability for anything, like that is a sign. Like how you don't take accountability for nothing? So you ain't never do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I got this big, but you ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or chipping at your self. Your light, trying to dim your light and things of that nature. It's like it starts and then it just keep compiling and compiling and growing. So yeah, like you gotta look look at the signs, right? And then because it escalates. So another one was threats, intimidation, and like unpredictable mood swings. You know what I'm saying? So now that I done did these things, oh, okay, she's still here. Oh, he's still here. You know what I'm saying? And then you just doing it and doing it and doing it. And then they're like, all right, cool. I'm going to take this thing to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you afraid in your own house. How you afraid in your own house? Or you just, because you like, I don't know. Okay, here come Charlie. I don't know what kind of movie he gonna be in. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. They gotta be doing something for your insides. Right? They gotta be doing something to you with your heart beating like this. Not like the good old fluttery heart, but like, I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I hope he's good. I hope everything went well, you know. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like no way to live. Like, that's awful. And I'm gonna go ahead and start this off early because I know I keep coming back to the same thing, but it's just so true. Is because I'm looking at all this research and they're telling you to like all these things that you can do, but I'm never hearing like God. Like, y'all need God. That person needs God. And you need God, right? Because once you turn into an abuser, once you are in an abusive relationship, God is not in the picture the way that he should, right? Because God don't do that. God ain't gonna beat you down and make you feel less, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, so you have stepped out of, you know, your God body, and now you into this body, and now you doing all this stuff that, all of this, right? So it's like, you got to put God in it. You got to keep God in it. Because if you walk in God's light and you are holding yourself accountable because you don't want to disappoint God, then you wouldn't even fathom doing these things, right? How can you hurt the one that you love? Right? Like, how can you say you love them but you hurting them? Like, what kind of love is that? And that's why I keep telling y'all, you gotta get a healing. You can't move into a relationship if you are not healed. And most of the time, it's from past traumas that can stem all the way down to childhood, right? So let's talk about that, right? So when I'm looking at why do abusers abuse? Why do abusers abuse, right? Y'all ready for this? Feelings of inadequacy, insecurities, fear of losing control, overcompensating, history of being abused or witnessing abuse. So let's stop right there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're in a relationship and your spouse is beating you, but they never beat on the children, but your children is witnessing them beating on you, that's gonna do something. That's going to do something. That is shifting their reality right then and there. When you say, hey, Teresa, can you bring me the macaroni and cheese? And she like, hold up. And he like, pop, I told you to bring me the macaroni and cheese. And little Terry is sitting right there. That's doing something to him. That's sending a signal to him saying, oh, When she don't do what you want her to do right then and there, this is how you get her in line. This is how you treat her. That's what I'm saying. You got to be responsible with the people who are watching you. And just because you don't beat your children, but you beat the mama or the daddy, I mean, you still putting that negativity in the atmosphere, and you keeping that going. Nobody has the right to get physical with nobody. Nobody has the right to put their hands on you for nothing. You don't have the right to put your hands on nobody. You don't have the right to just sit up there and just down somebody and tear them down because for whatever reason they love you. Right? We hear narcissistic traits and full-blown narcissistic personality disorder. We hear that all the time. And I feel like when people are narcissistic and stuff, it's like they just created this God complex, but I call it a devil complex, because a God complex meaning like, okay, so I'm almighty, I'm like God. Well, God ain't running around telling you, how can God give me free will? Right? But you looking at it like, I'm God, I'm your everything, you obey me, oh God. Like, who are you? Like, who are you to think that your behind is so important that we finna... So you see what I'm saying? It's a issue. Something ain't clicking up here. And that can go into like people's upbringing. That's what I'm saying. Parents, you gotta tell your children no. You gotta tell them when they're doing wrong. I don't like people who raise their children like they can't do no wrong. Knowing good and tea well is dead wrong. Then you got them growing up thinking that whatever they do, you know what I'm saying, I can just do it. Because that's not a healthy, that's not a realistic type of way of raising somebody and teaching somebody. And it's going to turn into something negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing that they do is right or wrong. They can do whatever they want to do. They do no wrong. They're the best thing smoking. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how they was raised. So now I'm talking about 20. I mean, it be people, they be in their teens trying to beat somebody up. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all teaching y'all children? Teenagers should not be going through abuse. Your children should not be trying to set somebody up for 5 different people to jump on a little girl. Like, that's not God energy. That's not God light. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when I go back to the roles of women and men, it's like we gotta be on one accord, because you can't raise your boys into thinking that girls are here to just serve them and they, you know what I'm saying? You can just do whatever. And then teaching your girls like, yeah, well, you need them, and to be in your full masculinity and to be in your full femininity is to put God first and operate the God with your God body. That's why I say, like, it's a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. To walk with God is a lifestyle. To walk with the devil is a lifestyle. You're not gonna find God like in negative devil situations. You're not gonna find God and devil situations. You know what I'm saying? They path A, path B, we're on two different paths. You know? And it's like, if you got issues, like y'all need to go have issues with other people who got issues. Like, quit trying to be with these earth angels, and you know what I'm saying, and trying to be with them knowing good and see where you're behind is the devil. Not the devil, but you know what I'm saying, got that devil energy. Go be with somebody else with the devil energy. You know what I mean? So it's like, that entitlement stuff, like that stuff is, it can go real deep, you know. And then you add substance abuse to it. So now you got somebody who feeling inadequate. Now you got somebody who are insecure. And then soon as you go to the concession stand to go get a Coke, and the man say, "Have a good day." Now he all like, which, you know, I'd be like, watch it stop. Like, bruh, all she did is went to the concession stand to get a Coke. What is the issue? It ain't no issue. It's you are the issue. Go sit down and get healed somewhere. And you know another thing too, and it's like, I mean, I understand to a certain degree, but I wrote something down when I was looking, you know, through all of this stuff. And it was like, listen, it's not you, it's them. And you can't love someone back from being an abuser by allowing them to abuse you. That's not going to work. You can't get them back to normalcy by allowing them to continue in this devil energy and expect for it to just stop. Like, that's not going to work. So quit trying to think that you can love somebody into treating you right. No, you can't. They have to want to do it for themselves and for you, but they have to want to do it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just allow yourself to be somebody's punching bag so they can feel good about themselves. No. And you can't hit on somebody to try to make yourself feel good about yourself. No. I remember one time I had somebody call me a narcissist. I was like, I can't be no narcissist. Do I have empathy? No, I just got boundaries. You don't call me a narcissist. Boo. Try that on an amateur. Like, you can't. They'll try all kind of stuff. So just watch yourself. You got to know who you are. Know who you are, because these people crazy. I keep telling y'all these people crazy. And they don't want to stay within the crazy community. They want to come on out here while these people looking good, feeling good, vibing right. They want to come over here and mess up all your little sparkle and stuff. No, stay behind over there in abuse town with the other abusers. Then y'all can abuse each other. Leave us alone. Leave the rest of the people alone. Your little punk behind. But anyway, as I digress. So yeah, it's like people abuse people because they got unhealed energy. They got stuck energy. from their personal influences, their social influences, their psychological influences, like who you hanging around and what you involving yourself in. It's gonna shape your reality. Your environment shapes your reality. Like, can't you see how all this stuff is just going? It's all intertwined. It's all of it. It's all of it. Which leads me to, why do people stay in abusive relationships, right? And most of the time, it's like because they come in being these wonderful people, and they come in and they just treat you good, and they just, when all of that stuff is just a hook and bait. A hook and bait. That's why you'll never see it again. And you just be holding on, trying to hope that they can just get back to when y'all met, when y'all first met, and how he used to treat you. And no, that wasn't real. That was a hook and bait. That's what they do. Some people master science, other people master abuse. You know? But it gets more sinister than that, because it's like men are built bigger than women in general, because they have a different role than we do. Like, I'm a nurturer. I know who I am. I don't need to be homo. You know, like, that's not my role. Like, I don't need to be, I need to know how to take care of myself, but I don't need to be all of that. That's not my role. That's not what my femininity is for. You know what I'm saying? But a man, he's bigger in stature. You have bigger muscles. You have a bigger build. Because he got to do more masculine stuff. Whether that's beating somebody up or pulling the roots out the tree, pulling the tree up out of roots, like whatever it is, right? Man stuff is what I call it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got two different roles. So then when they use that, because they all inadequate and they all feeling all insecure and they all got they stuck energy in they unhealed selves, it's like, okay, so now I'm finna use my bill to tear another person down so I can feel good about myself, because I don't feel good about myself. So I need to. So what they do? Intimidate you, physical, you know what I'm saying? Violence, violating you, threatening you, stalking you, give me your phone, what you doing, and you know what I'm saying? Some people, they want to cause you to like lose your job because they constantly like, it's like, my goodness. When you are living like that, you are out of your mind at this time. You're not in your God body. You on some other stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? They'll even use the children. You leave me, I'll take your children. You leave me, I don't know what I'm going to do to the children. Some people got pets. I'm going to kill the pet. This my pet. Ain't never walked the dog. Ain't never fed the cat. But they know you love it. And they know y'all got a bond. So I'm going to tear that down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know it's a lot of reason, and that's why I go back to that financial dependency. Sometimes they move so fast and they love bomb you, and you don't even be thinking. You think, oh, they got it, everything in their name. You just living in their world. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, when the rubber hits the road, you like, I can't go nowhere. I ain't got nothing. You know? And sometimes I see those movies and it be like, then the reality hits like, oh Lord, I I got tricked. It's not funny, but it's like I got tricked. And so you gotta have your own. Like, I understand, like, back in the day, like, we ain't in back in the day no more. And even if, like, you take care of the home, you know, y'all can still try to create like a home business that you know, run the books, or you know what I'm saying, or something to that effect, where you got you some income. It's not just solely on the other person. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll try to use that, and now you don't build this life, and they're in control of all that. And then, you know, some people be like, I don't know where I'm gonna go, because not everybody have a support system. That's really important too. Not everybody have a support system. Not everybody have support. So it's multiple reasons why people stay, and it's not just, oh, she's stupid, oh, he's stupid, oh, you don't know. Don't nobody know what's going on in them relationships except them two people and God. And most of the time, people in them situations, somebody wearing a mask. You know what I mean? So don't be so quick to judge, you know, why people stay in abusive relationships. But my whole thing is, like, really try to get out though. Like, don't stay in abusive relationships. That's not love. That's not, and sometimes it don't have to always be physical. A lot of people be trying to like manipulate you and stuff, and they be using like them isolation tactics and just trying to keep you caught up in all the things that you want to do. Oh, you want to eat pizza every day, you know, just whatever, but you want to eat pizza every day. Oh, you can eat pizza every day. Oh, you want to stay out to 10 o'clock. Oh, you can stay out to 10 o'clock. Oh, you know what I'm saying? They get you caught up in, you know, in the fun and the fluff and all, you know what I'm saying? But then when it gets real, you gonna see who they really are. The moment you challenge what they say, you gonna see who they really are. The moment you ain't down for it, you gonna see who they really are. Cause it's all about control for these kind of people, cause they ain't right within. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? They're not right within. You can't let somebody who toe up in the mind lead you, because they're gonna lead you to destruction. You wasn't born and created to get beat down and toe down and just not living in your light. I don't know. That's between you and God. Everybody's here for a purpose. I don't know. You got to go talk to God. Everybody's story is different, but I'm telling you, you got to build that relationship with God. I don't think that he wants you to just be abused. You know. So when you talk about like abuse and where it comes from, why they do it, how to recognize it, right? The biggest thing is like you gotta like protect yourself from it, right? And protecting yourself from it means that you gotta talk to God, and you gotta start making a plan. I know sometimes it ain't easy to just pick up and go. And thank God for the people who can just pick up and go. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta protect yourself from abusers, right? And so when we say you gotta protect yourself, it's like, all right, so how do I protect myself, right? And so recognizing the warning signs, creating a safety plan. And when I say creating a safety plan, it brought me back to that movie, Enough. Remember that movie with Jennifer Lopez? You see what I'm saying? See all them patterns here? Swept her off her feet. That's why I'm afraid to, I'm gonna be honest, I'm afraid to be in a relationship with a police officer. I've always been afraid to be in a relationship with a police officer. Because sure, it's great when it's great. But when it's not, like, I just feel like it can just do so much harm. And I'm the type of person where it's like, all right, it didn't work. See you later. Have a good life. Bye. Like, you'll never hear from me again. Like, I'm not trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, but not everybody's like that. Some people stick around just to make your life miserable. Do you know what I'm saying? And it brought me back to like this one thing I was watching on Netflix. And I don't know, it was like these troubled children. And they sent them off to this school to get right or whatever. But it was like this cult-like stuff where they were just doing all kind of crazy stuff up in there and abuse, you know what I mean? Please don't send your children out. Like, y'all gotta figure out another way. But it was this one girl who just wouldn't conform. She just wouldn't conform. And it became the thing, like, who's going to be the one to break, I say Tanya. Who's going to be the one to break little Tanya? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no. Wrong is wrong. You can feel it in your heart. You can feel it in your spirit. Like, no, I'm not part of this. And that's why y'all got to be careful with, like, because money is good. Money provides a lifestyle. But I honestly feel like how you build your money and what like groups of people that you building this with, you gonna have to be part of that type of culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you got money and you in this club over here where they just, you know, abusing their wives, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever the scenario is, just constantly cheating on them and you know all this weird stuff and stuff. Like, if that's how you build, and that's what you know what I'm saying? So it's like, get your money, make your money, but quit trying to be with these ungodly people, because they're ungodly. They're not going to be sitting up here trying to help the community. They're not going to be sitting up here trying to build up black schools. They're not going to be sitting up here trying to change laws for you. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be trying to promote the black people in the no. You will never be a part of this club because you were never born to be a part of that club. That's what I'm saying. So then it's like, then you thinking, oh yeah, I'm making money with these people, oh blah 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 blah, I can do whatever I want to do. I can hit her and punch her and kick her, and I can, you know, I can get little girls and get little boys, and I can just do whatever I want to do. Yeah, they're gonna let you do everything you want to do. But the moment that you don't do what they don't want you to do, or they want you to do, the moment you rock the boat, bruh, it's gonna come all the way down. Like, why don't y'all understand that? Like, why y'all have to go through that? That's what I'm saying. Quit trying to build with people who ain't trying to build with you. You got a whole community over here who needs you, but you want to go and do that stuff. So now you just got to reap the consequences of that. That's your karma. That karma is between you and God. I don't know about your karma. I know about my karma. I don't know about your karma. But I'm just saying, quit trying to build with people outside of the people you need to be building with. Quit trying to worry about all this materialistic stuff. Is it worth it? Quit trying to manipulate people and take advantage of people. Is it worth it? When you take God out of the picture, you start doing weird stuff. But you would never be a part of the club. You may be in it, around it, but you would never be a part of that club. Thank God you will never be a part of that club. Quit trying to be a part of that club. Ugh, sorry, as I digress. It's just someday, somehow. But anyway, so having a financial independence, right? How to protect yourself. So having financial independence, you gotta have your own. So whenever somebody, switch up on you or something like that, you able to or whenever you just done, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. Then you got some I'm done money. Protect yourself. Learn how to, protect yourself and have self-defense training, and you know what I'm saying, and set boundaries and stuff. If you going in here and you saying that these are my boundaries, don't let nobody tweak your boundaries. Don't let nobody tell you to take your boundaries down. They're there for a reason. They're there to protect you and make sure that you never slip and slide into this type of environment with these type of people. That's what they're there for. So your boundaries are your standards. Don't let nobody create standards for you. Don't let nobody tear your standards down, because they're not there to hurt nobody. They're there to protect you in the relationship, and that's what it's there for. So yeah, so if you find yourself in these type of situations, learn how to protect yourself. Seek help. And other women too. People who have been through it, they can see it. And don't try to make excuses for people. Talk to somebody. Don't be sitting up there going through this stuff alone. You know, a disagreement is not the same as somebody physically abusing you. Why do I have to get physically abused because we're having a disagreement? Or why do, you have to get physically abused because they got problems within themselves? Like, that's just going against being honest, man. I've always felt second best throughout my whole life, and I feel like it's messed with me, so I'm learning how to do. It's like AA. It's like people who got, addictions. They gotta work at it. It's a struggle for them every day, right? Abusers, they, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to come out of it, they gotta work at it every day. But you are not there to be nobody's, stress reliever. No. Mm-mm. Okay? So when I look at things like that, so of course, I'm a black woman. I'm a I'm a big believer of uplifting our culture, and trying to set a new standard from this, this false narrative of us. You know what I mean? Like this society is just trying to put it out there like they're just drug dealers, they just on drugs, they just want to have babies, they just want to live off the government, they just, you know, they just freaks, they just, like bottom feeders. Like, no. Hell no. No, that is not. That's what they put out there, but no, that's not who the real are. So don't get caught up in all the fluff, right? And I did see that video though of Cassie, man, and that's just really terrible. Like that pulled on my heartstrings because it's like, dang. And again, it's like, you don't know. She was there for like a long time, so it's like, I don't know that situation. I don't know. People be there as agents. People be there because they just truly love you. People be there for all kind of reasons. I don't know. I don't know them. I don't wish to know them. I'm not involved in that. So I don't know. All I know is, as a black woman looking at that video of this woman and this man, it was wrong. Flat out. It was wrong. And I'm telling you, when they're trying to take you down, all kind of stuff come out. So quit trying to build with people who ain't trying to build with you, okay? So what I did find though, because then I had to take it a little bit further, right? So it's like, okay, so we trying to protect ourselves, we trying to change the culture, we trying to heal, we're trying to build, and black men play a vital role in that. Black men are the protectors of the black woman, period. Right? And so the wonderful thing about that was I found some really nice ways, right, to that black men can play a vital role in protecting black women, you know, by promoting respect and by promoting safety and support and challenging all this toxic masculinity, and you know, like, hold each other accountable. If you see somebody, that's the biggest thing too. It's like, if you see somebody, like one of your friends, right, y'all all in the kitchen cooking or whatever, everything doing good, and then next thing you know, he grabbing her by the arm, slinging her down. Like, y'all gotta say something. Like, I get it, yeah, I don't know why she's in that relationship, I don't know why he's doing that, but you gotta be like, nah, bro, like, what you doing? You can't be okay with that and be like, yeah, well, shit, you know, that's, you know, like, yeah, man. Or trying to talk to her, she still stayed, but you like, well, shit, I tried to talk to her, she just stayed. Like, no, you gotta help hold him accountable and let him know, like, bro, that's not the way to do it. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's where that community comes in at. That community influence, right? That leadership. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit back and be like, that's them. I'll never treat my queen like that. But you hanging with people who treat their queens like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're not doing it, you're not off the hook because, you know, when you don't stop somebody else from doing it, not like stop them, but at least hold them accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of stuff. And when you talk about that, it's like, check in on your black women. You know what I'm saying? Check in on your women. And challenge the systems and advocate for change, and you know what I'm saying? Like, be that leader. Be the ones to say, like, if this what you doing, like, I can't rock with you. Or you got to get yourself better. Look, here's where you can go to find help. You know what I'm saying? It's like all kind of ways that you can get in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because they be trying to separate us. And I don't like that. you know. And so I thought that was important to just, you know, just encourage like positive dialogue, and just have those conversations with your men group. You know what I'm saying? When y'all get together on Fridays and y'all playing dominoes or whatever. I don't know. Talk about these things. Create a book club. Brother Nuri Muhammad got some good books, man. Start a book club. Start the conversation. Change the culture. You know? You gotta heal. We all gotta heal each other. Because we all need each other. And we're better together. Right? I am my brother's keeper. That's not just for other men, that's for all of us. Right? So, I guess the biggest question is, right? So, like, after we talk about all of this, right? I wrote it down. Said, can a zebra change its stripes? Right? Can an abuser really change? And my first instinct was like, no. But then I was like, well, through God, right? Anything is possible through God. So I'm optimistic about it. But it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a choice. It's gonna be a lifestyle choice. If you know, been in relationships and situations where you're abusing people, like, you can come from it, but you got to hold yourself accountable. It starts with accountability. What does accountability look like? Okay, recognizing I got a problem. You got a problem. That's the first step. Right? I need to heal. I need to give me some spiritual nourishment. I got to stop all this substance abuse. I got to sit down with myself. I got to look myself in the face and see myself. Truly see myself. Sometimes you may cry. That's a good sign. You just got to get honest. You got to get up close, front and center, and get honest with yourself. You got a problem. You do. But we can get through it. You can get through it. You have to get through it. We can't continue this. We can't pass this on to the next generation, to pass it on to the next generation. That's not our culture. Look at what you listen to. How do they talk about their women? How do they talk about their men? How do they talk about each other? How do they talk about themselves? Right? It's a lifestyle change. Sometimes you gotta get rid of the people. Right? Sometimes you gotta go within. You gotta go solo. Taking accountability, apologizing. Work on it every day. You are like an addict. You have to work on it every day. You may relapse. Somebody who been without a drink for 5 years, and then they take one day and they done drink 5 years straight in one night, because they got a problem that they're working through. It's not a quick fix. It's a lifelong journey. It's a lifestyle. So can a zebra change their stripes? Maybe not a zebra, because that's who they are. But I don't think abusers were born abusers. So maybe it's really not who you are. Right? Maybe you just been hanging out with the zebras. Been hanging out with the wrong crowd, eating the wrong stuff, getting the wrong message. Okay? So, that's it. That's my little spiel. But understand that we all need each other. We have to heal. We have to do the work. We can't do this without you. So you gotta go get better. And lean on your people to help you get better. Don't be embarrassed. Don't suffer in silence. Don't try to act like ain't nothing wrong. Hurt people hurt people. Go get you a healing so healing people can heal people. Okay? So that's the message. I hope it resonated. If you have been a survivor of abuse, like, really be proud of yourself, because I know it wasn't an easy journey, you know. And use your voice, your experiences to help somebody. Sometimes we go through things to help other people, not to go through those things, you know. Continue to work on yourself, your purpose work. We're all here for a reason. We all need to exalt God and help humanity. We all got to be our best selves so we can continue to elevate the world, elevate our culture, elevate our communities. And that starts with you. So never forget how special you are. Never forget how loved you are. And never forget that, you know, you're here for a reason. So, till the next time, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.